Hey there, welcome back to Liz and Sandro's Marketing Podcast, where we cover digital marketing, social media, SEO, reputation management, and more, all to help your small business grow. Today, Sandro is going to be talking about Instagram's new questions sticker.
Correct. Thanks, Liz. On July 10th, Instagram debuted its questions sticker, and it's safe to say it's quickly become one of the most used features of Instagram. And just another reason I personally haven't opened my Snapchat in about 2 weeks. I think I saw you on Snapchat recently.
I've been updating it very sporadically, but definitely not as much as Instagram. It's just such a pain to go there now.
I'm seeing fewer and fewer people on Snapchat. That's another episode, though. However, I do understand there is some backlash to this question sticker. If you look online, you'll find many people making fun of the questions. And in fact, Instagram went down on July 13th, 3 days after the debut of these question stickers. And people wondered if the questions had anything to do with the outage. Either way, love them or hate them, or maybe you haven't even heard of them. Regardless, I think it's something small business owners may want to take advantage of. And here's a couple of reasons why. A, content. If you're looking for new content or blog post ideas, these questions may bring to light some topics for you. Sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees, meaning sometimes you're too close to your own business and what you do to realize many people have questions about some of the most basic things that you do. These Instagram questions may be a good way to go back to the basics. Second, we've talked about Google Q&A in the past. Those are questions asked in your Google results or knowledge panel. In the past, we mentioned that a good practice is to go into your own Google Q&A and ask questions, some of the most common questions you get regularly, and answer them yourself. Those Google questions are permanent, so people Googling your business may be scrolling through them and figure things out on their own. Well, with Instagram questions, those questions are only last 24 hours, and you may hear some good ones, so you may want to take those and take them over to Google Q&A. So how do you use these question stickers? It's pretty easy. Start by loading up a picture into your story and click the stickers tab at the top, and one of the stickers you'll see is questions. It defaults to saying, ask me a question, which is what most people use, but you can also use open-ended questions. So a restaurant can ask, what's something you'd like to see on our menu? Or a spa might ask, what's a service you'd like to see us offer? Or a realtor could ask, what's your favorite neighborhood? And people can type in an answer instead of asking a question. The other thing to keep in mind for these questions, submissions are not anonymous. There are many tweets out there of people, for some reason, assuming responses were anonymous. People were professing love for secret crushes or asking people why their dog was so ugly. I saw a bunch of funny ones out there. So keep that in mind if you respond to one of these. However, on the other side, though you're able to see who submitted each response in your viewers list, where it's private to you only, when you share that response in your story, your friend's photo and username will not be shown. In other words, if you choose to share a response in stories, that person's identifying information won't be shown. But privately, you will know who said what. And how to view your questions. It's not that intuitive to start. You have to click on the bottom left corner of your story to see everyone who's viewed your story. And it'll default to Insights. You'll have to click on the little eye or the views next to the Insights icon to view the questions asked. And you can choose which ones you want to answer. You don't have to answer them all. And something interesting that we've noticed, Liz and I just tested, the person submitting a response, they aren't notified if their question is answered or used. Liz and I tested this an hour
at least an hour ago, and I'm still waiting for a notification.
You haven't been notified, right?
I did see your answer to my question in your story, so I got my answer. If the Instagram user is active and checking what's going on, they'll see the response, but no notification.
Correct. And that's a little strange to me. I don't know why.
But Google Questions we tested Google Questions as well. You asked my business a question, I responded, and you never got a notification there either.
That has been updated, though.
Oh,
so, yes.
Okay.
And
I think I remember you mentioned that. That's
yeah.
Right.
And as a business, you get notified of every single question.
Yeah.
Whereas that's the other thing. In Instagram stories, you aren't notified of questions. I'd love to see that. Say, hey, you just got a new question. Hey, you just got a new question. And that's not there just yet either. So you'll have to keep checking. You have to be on top of things to check out your questions. And again, they only last 24 hours. 2 final things, basically on how to respond. I see some people type in really long answers to questions. And sometimes I'm like, wait, how would I read that whole answer in the 15 seconds I have? Well, Liz taught me.
You put your finger on the screen and just hold it, and the screen will stay frozen, which gives you an opportunity to read the response.
Yes. Blew my mind. I did not know that. And it's fantastic. So if somebody answers something really long with a really lengthy answer or a really long question, then you can just tap and hold and it'll stay frozen. Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome.
However, something else I'm seeing is that you don't have to type in your response. You can actually videotape yourself answering the question. I'm seeing that more and more, and that's pretty cool. Just like with every other story, though, you will only have 15 seconds of video to answer that question. So all in all, a new product by Instagram and just showing more reasons why they're leading the way. And even though they blatantly copied Snapchat in so many things, they're now doing new things that Snapchat isn't doing. And just more reasons to really delve into your Instagram if you aren't doing that already. It's quickly become my choice. Twitter's still number 1, but Instagram is becoming a popular alternative for viewing your friends and your favorite businesses' content.
So I've been seeing this used quite a bit, obviously. I don't feel compelled to ask questions to, my typical connection on Instagram, but there are some brands and sort of celebrities, bloggers that I follow that I've been intrigued by. Like a couple of fashion bloggers that I follow throughout the opportunity to ask some questions. And I saw some really good ones from their fans, is this your full-time job? How do you manage everything? Are you going to write another book? And it was cool to hear some of their responses. So I'm liking it. I also, go ahead.
I was going to say, were they typing in their answers or speaking like video?
They typed their answers, yeah. I suspect this is going to be a feature that's hot for a hot minute. And then after a couple weeks, it may kind of fade away. But that's fine. Something fun to play with for a couple weeks always keeps people engaged.
I agree. I know they have their slider answer bar, like, how much do you like my new puppy? And you could slide the little slider. And
yeah, I've seen that one too.
Yeah, and that seemed to fade away pretty quickly, as well as the yes or no questions. So those are still pretty popular.
I see a couple of those, but yeah, you're right. They kind of came and went pretty quickly.
Yes.
So,
and just a heads up, those answers are not anonymous either. Nothing about Instagram stories is anonymous. So if you view somebody's story, or if you answer, or if you slide that little slider, it is not anonymous. Just a heads up.
Good to know. Well, thank you for sharing all the details about this new sticker in Instagram. I'm sure there'll be more of these in the future to chat about. And thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app, iTunes or Google Podcast. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, so track us down. And you can also find us at themarketingpodcast.net. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.